Well, the captain's pick is an unpredictable twist, and in this session's captain's pick, we've got Martin Larson up against Parker Bohn III. The final match of our evening session here in Manchester. Who will win and who will get that final crucial point on the board? Over to Cass Edwards and Wayne Boyce.
Well, Cass, we've been here before, haven't we? Martin Larson against Parker Bohn III for the fourth time here at Weber Cup 2016. So far, the Swede is leading by 2-1. Parker Bohn III, remember, beaten by the other Swede, Jesper Svensson, earlier on in this session. Strike percentage less than 50, his average score 226, 4 open frames, 17 strikes. The American captain needs to step up and find a bit of form here, and if he does, they could be within just 3 points, Cass, going into the final day. They'd have certainly taken that at kick-off this morning.
I certainly hope that Parker doesn't worry that he's been picked as the captain's pick, because if you are picked, you've been the lowest player, as your opposition captain thinks. He
did actually predict that himself, though, didn't he, earlier on?
Yeah, he's played Martin 3 times already, and the last one was a 234, 223 win for the Swede.
Well, currently we stand at 3 points all in session 3. Remember, the previous session today was exactly that. And Wes Malott on the last singles to give the United States a 4-3 session win. If they win this one, they could win 2 of the sessions, but would still be behind. Larson then, who really struggled last time out against Carl Troop. And that is exactly what he was missing in that match.
Yeah, Martin using a very aggressive ball there, playing deep inside into the oil, getting out to the outer part of the lane, but absolutely ripping it back. Some great friction between the ball and the lane, carrying all pins for an opening strike worth 30.
Did actually meet in last year's Weber Cup as well. That was a win for Larson. Something of an Indian sign over the American captain so far, but that's a good start for him as well. And it's 30 points each.
Well, he's just going to have to follow what Martin does. Well, it was a great looking shot. He's playing down the left-hand side, obviously. Martin playing more central of the lane, but he's got the more aggressive bowling ball.
If USA do win this game, Cass, and the score goes to 12-9, it's not a good day for Europe, or would they be happy with that?
They would be happy because there's 3 in the lead, which is the important thing as Martin shoots another strike. It still means they've got less work to do. It's just a bit closer, but they know that their lineup is strong, probably the strongest of the 8 players, and a 3-point lead going into the last couple of sessions. I'm sure they'll be very happy with that.
USA just left themselves so much to do, and at the moment Friday night session is looking to be the one that has swung it either way. The difference will either be 3 or 5 points at the end of this game.
It's a matter of who will be sleeping well tonight.
It's a massive difference, that, though, isn't it?
Oh, it certainly is, yes, on paper. Bit of pressure here on Parker because he's got to follow Martin, and every time Martin strikes, Parker's got to do the same, or he's going to slide behind. Oh boy. Oh boy, yeah, didn't like that at all. Wrong off the hand, straight away. As soon as that ball had gone, Parker said, oh boy. It's gone high through the headpin, just no width at all on the lane. It snaps up high through the face of the number 1 pin. And leaves 1 pin standing, which is the 2 pin. Nice Spurs worth 19. And already he's 11 pins adrift. So Martin Larson stands up for Team Europe, frame number 3, looking with two strikes behind him. Make that 3 in a row and another 30 pins, and Martin's really got himself locked and loaded here. Could the captain's choice turn around and fight Parker Bohn on the legs? Great looking shot, 3 in a row and 90 pins scored.
It's a great response, isn't it, to what happened to him against Carl Troop when he only shot 224, which was the reason that no doubt he's been picked by the USA.
Bit of guarding work there for Parker Bohn, just putting some thumb tape into his thumb hole, just to make it a little bit tighter, a bit of a sweeter fit for him.
He continues to play catch up here, the American captain.
Well, this is what I said, you know, as long as Martin's striking, Parker will be chasing all the way through the game. And if he's not striking, he's going to fall behind rather quickly. Once again, it's wrong off the hand. And he looks at that hand. Now, it may be something to do with the piece of tape that he actually put in the thumb, but it was all wrong. It's fortunate to leave one pin only standing.
He's suffering out there, the American captain. Remember, his was the only point from the evening session yesterday when he defeated Martin Larsen.
Yeah, the man that, I'm sorry, as I said, the man that's won virtually everything in the whole world in his career is certainly under pressure, and he's going to do some more work on that bowling ball by the look of it. While Martin Larsen is thinking about standing up and shooting one more strike to make 4 in a row, and the pressure is really going to be building on Parker Bohn.
Perfect so far for the 37-year-old Swede. But not anymore.
Yeah, just a bit, unfortunately the angle was so great going into that 1-3 pocket that the 6 shot out went right round the 10 pin. It was a good looking shot. It's just gone a fraction wide. And there you can see the 6 pin comes off the kickback and doesn't touch the 10 pin. 9 spurs worth 19, and he's through the 100 barrier already, if it is a barrier.
Come on, Parker. Words of encouragement from his teammates. A lot of ground to make up here. He can only go to 98 with a strike here. It would certainly help. And he can't get it.
Unfortunately, Parker has really lost his strike line totally now, and he's tried several things. He's tried to loft that one out. Once again, it's overreacted. Yeah, and he looks so lined up on practice, but at the moment, you know, he opened with a strike. He's all at sea, totally lost.
And of course, this will help Larson relax even more, seeing that his opponent is struggling. 3 successive spares you can see there from Parker Bohn III. Larson with a turkey and a 9 spare in his opening 4 frames. Can he get back on the strike trail again? Well, there's your answer. 4 from 5 for Martin Larsen.
Certainly must be feeling quite confident now, as you say, 4 from 5, and Parker's only got 1. It's a great looking shot, great reaction in the back end there. Carries all 10 pins.
Well, the captain's pick backfired on the US yesterday evening when they picked on Barrett. He shot a 265 to beat Carl Troop. Is it backfiring again?
Still some way to go yet. Parker's he's staying clean, but he really needs a strike. And unfortunately, he's hit the pocket and still leaves a pin standing in the corner. Again, that was the angle the ball was coming in behind that head pin. Leaves the 7 pin standing in the corner. And the 4 pin just doesn't make it. There's a 9 spare with 19 pins, but 19 pins is not enough every frame. While Martin Larsen's taking 30.
Yeah, 34 the difference. Chance for that to become 64 before Parker Bohn III throws again.
Yeah, I mean, it's not over. If Martin has a couple of errors and Parker happens to string 2 strikes together, it could certainly close the scores up on this World Bowling scoring system that we are using. 30 pins makes a huge difference.
Strike number 5. It is a double for Larson, 169. He moves on to. And Bohn the third really does need a strike now.
Yeah, very much under pressure. Martin's very much in a comfort zone, playing his A game. And the body language is fantastic. He knows he's on the way to a victory, as long as he keeps the ball in play and does nothing silly. Parker, on the other hand, is really under pressure. He's taken a re-rack.
Well, he needs a strike here, Cass, just to maintain a 34-point deficit.
Yeah, he's re-racked the 10 pins, hoping that he come down in a better triangle than he was looking at. He's just blowing into the thumb hole of his ball as well, just to try and dry up any sweat or moisture that may be in there.
Oh, it's a great shot. I bet he's glad of the re-rack now.
30 pins from Parker. He needs probably another 3 or 4 in a row if he's going to do any damage to Martin Larson's score. Gets the distance, gets the width, and gets the carry. Great looking shot. And well, there you go. Look at my hands. What has he been doing wrong in the last couple of shots?
So it's not purely psychological then, Cass, to have the pins re-rack like that?
Well, no. I mean, if one of the pins is slightly off spot and it's not a true triangle, you're not going to get the chain reaction if you hit the pocket correctly. So you are allowed a re-rack. Oh, lucky Larson! Come on! Dear oh dear, that ball's crossed the head pin, gone to the left-hand side, and he's taken all 10 pins. Watch this one. Deep inside his mark, it's all wrong. Hits the head pin left-hand side and carries 10. What a lucky man is Lucky Larson.
I told you wouldn't get through a Larson game without saying the words lucky. But he certainly was there. Goodness gracious me. Strike number 6 for Larson. Almost takes him to 200. And that's the last thing you need when you're struggling to hold it together, like Parker Bohn the third is. Good response though, a double for the American captain. He's saying that's the way to do it properly.
Well, that is the way to do it properly, but unfortunately he's left it a little bit on the late side. He's hit 2 strikes in a row, but it's only followed Larson's 2 strikes in a row, so he's gained nothing. I'm still looking at the maximum score of the European player, 289, which is a massive score. Larson working 3 strikes in a row, going for 4.
It's amazing, isn't it? He's needed a double, Bohn the third, just to stay within 34 points. And he's going to need another one.
An amazing shot. I mean, it wasn't the best shot in the world. He knew that. He threw it so wide, you would have thought that's going to miss the head pin. Watch this get out, right out to the outside boards. And now it's turning left and coming back. Rips the rack, carries the 10 pin, and it's 30 pins. It's 4 strikes in a row.
Oh, what a shame he spared in the 4th, Larson, because everything else has been perfect.
Well, it's unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, he was coming back for 3 strikes in a row, and it wasn't a bad looking shot. The angle left that 7 pin standing, and I think he's resigned himself now. It is all over. With 2 frames to go, I think the white flag has come out. What's that, 45 pins difference, is it?
Well, probably the most pivotal game of the day, and it's gone Europe's way by the looks of it now. 289 maximum for Martin Larson, and look at that. 7 out of the 8 frames have resulted in strikes for the Swede.
Isn't it nice to be picked as the captain's pick, i.e. probably the poorest player on the side, and then come out and shoot a massive game like this? Oh my word! Hit him thin, make him spin and shoot him down. Martin Larson looks like a bit of a gunslinger the way he's been throwing that ball. Just hit it so thin and carried, and it's 5 strikes in a row. 2:59 with 1 frame to go.
Yeah, it's all over. It is going to be 13-8 for Europe. going into the final day.
Strike for the American captain, a consolation, takes him through the 200 barrier, but it's not going to be enough. In fact, 230 or 240 will not be enough, because Martin Larsen needs one strike here for a 289. Which will be the highest game of the tournament. How about that?
Yeah, we've had a few 278s, haven't we? The chance for a 289 for Martin Larsen. The captain's pick could well come up with the highest score of the tournament, and it is! And if ever there's been a mistake in the captain's pick, this was it, Cass.
Well, I'm afraid Parker Bohn has got something to say, because a 289 as the captain's pick. Martin Larsen shoots the highest game of the tournament. Just one spare short of the magic 300.
It's a great reaction from Parker Bohn III, because this will hurt him, this defeat.
Well, and the crowd shows a lot of respect for the elder statesman of 10-pin bowling here. Can he finish with a strike? Yes, he can. Great looking shot for a 244, but he's been outgunned, shot out by Martin Larsen.
And Cass, how much will this defeat hurt the Americans?
Absolutely, they were on the way back, but it's now 13-8. It's 5 points difference going into the fourth session tomorrow.
13-8 then to Europe. All the reaction from the third session coming up right after this break.